We're back with Harrowings and the Passing Show, live with Hal Gill, your host. And it's a beautiful morning at Gerald SD. It's, let's see, 14th was Sunday, 15th, 16th, 17th, December 17th, 2025. My neighbor's place has got something going on down in the basement there. Looks like a dryer might be running, steam emanating. Gorgeous view of my building and the home of the bunker, from which I hold forth on occasion. Lately, I've been doing more live broadcasting right from down in the bunker. So I've been huddled up, keeping warm, because it's been pretty cold out here. Not so cold today. Walking down to the corner of Florida S 21st Street. They all come together right here. And then there's Connecticut Avenue across the way. Traffic coming down Florida. See the types of vehicles being run here and now. Pedestrians crossing the street, including me. Of a wonky jaywalk I'm doing here, but it seems to be legal. I've never had a problem. And what else do I want to talk to you all about today? Well, every cent spent is a vote for the kind of world we are co-creating. I want you all to remember that and think about subsidizing writers like myself on Substack. It's an economic engine for culture. And part of that culture is the body of work known as The Passing Show here on Harrowings, my podcast of sorts. Also, I do a little interview podcast with different individuals from time to time. Yesterday, I did one on somebody else's Substack. Jessica Ann and I had a conversation about supporting each other and forming community, both on Substack and elsewhere. I have many different communities of which I am a part. I often talk about my faith and drum community, which entertains some folks who are friends of mine, like Dan out in Tijuana, Mexico, the everyday junglist I've had on recently, kicking up our conversation on phages and the work he's doing to change the world for the better. Scientists oftentimes are on the forefront of things, and it's tedious, slow-moving work. Rare to see your work actually manifest in front of you. We were talking about that, how his cat seems to be responding positively to phage treatment for a type of chronic sinus infection, rhinitis. And we know a little bit about that. Runny eyes in the cat, chronically so. Not uncommon, the way the cats are set up. And, bacterial infections can be very difficult and cause a shortening of the lifespan of entities that get them, including us. We're thinking about MRSA, multi-resistant streptococcus, and many others. What else do I want to talk to you all about? Let's see, we've got a bus stopped here. We've got folks off the bus. We've got folks going into Dolcezza. Musician walking down the street, apparently. Guitar on their back. I've got a little case like that for my guitar as well. I think they might be busking. I don't know. Let's see. I've got about 30 seconds to cross Connecticut, but I don't want to cross Connecticut right here. I want to cross down below. Christmas tree out in front of a Rotomat, the Italian bistro, not too dissimilar from the one up by us. Got another one over here. Teaism, spirits and spice. I never know. Capital bike share, service trip going by, nothing outside the guys cross safely. Change momentarily anyway. There we go. And up. Wasn't long ago that I was stomping on red lantern flies. A good bit of the biomass of our area was turned into red lantern flies as an invasive species that has not got any predators, apparently. Are aware that they're good food, I guess, for some things. There are tons of them about. I didn't know I could be smashing them. I think the traces of their bodies still on the sidewalk. Acorns. Things that DNA can do. A continuing theme of fascination for me is that we understand so much now about how things work, and yet we understand so little about things work. And we're constantly learning new things as we go from dawn to dusk. Things about crows, things about plants, animals, fungi, archaea, you name it, all the different forms of life on the planet. And my theory is that we can use our technologies to achieve the greatest happiness of the greatest number of the greatest number of all life on Earth, really, without exception. It's a balance, right? There's the constant thrust of the law of compensation, dark and light, all things being apparently double in nature, moving one form to the other, but everything in an essential unity. Think about Henosis, my friend Julia's Substack, and its focus on oneness, on non-duality. Should be slow to judge and quick to accept that there's new information available all the time. Sun's coming up, illuminating the home of the Colombian ambassador across the way. It was an expedition I was thinking of making, and I'm not making it actually. Maybe not today. Maybe this weekend I'm going to do that. Thinking about going out to Dulles International Airport just to watch, just to see if I can do it. Not terribly expensive, I don't think. Don't know how long it'll take. Should time it out. And do it on the metro. And thought, well, that'd be interesting. Just for the sake of doing it. Moving the body from place to place. Over here. Morning. What's that? Some people are going to. Oh, okay.